Hello. It's a great honor to speak today on behalf of the more than 200,000 small-scale coffee farmers that own Pachamama Coffee Cooperative. My name is Thaleon Tremain, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Pachamama Coffee. Pachamama is unique in the coffee industry. We are the first coffee roaster in the country to be 100% owned and governed by coffee farmers. We are a global federated cooperative with co-op members in Peru, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Mexico, and Ethiopia. We have a roastery and 3 cafe locations and distribute our farmers' best organic coffee throughout the country. For nearly 15 years, we have not only sustained, but thrived as a farmer-owned cooperative. My story begins in Bolivia, where I worked for a cooperative of small-scale farmers as a Peace Corps volunteer. During that time, I saw firsthand how the global economy treats small-scale farmers. In Bolivia, the person who often works the hardest, a farmer, is paid the least. She earns less than and faces greater risk than the processor, who earns less than the distributor, who earns less than the marketer, who earns less than the retailer. Through my journey in South America, I met Raul del Aguila. He is my hero. He was born and raised a coffee farmer in Peru. When I met Raul, he was the leader of a fair trade export cooperative called CLUSA, representing 23 local community co-ops and more than 8,500 small-scale farmers in Peru. We became close friends and soon realized that, although we came from completely different places, we had a shared dream to pioneer a better coffee business. And so Pachamama was born. Raul was the president and I was the general manager. But the owners were, and still are, small-scale coffee farmers. Raul led the formation of Pachamama's membership, along with Merlin Presa of Nicaragua and Carlos Reynoso of Guatemala. Together, they wrote the bylaws and united our 5 founding members: COCLA of Peru, PRODECOOP of Nicaragua, Manos Campesinas of Guatemala, La UNIÓN Regional of Mexico, and the OROMIA Coffee Farmers Cooperative Union of Ethiopia. These 5 cooperatives represent about 240,000 farm families today. Each Pachamama member owns 20% of the cooperative and elects 1 representative to serve on the board of directors. There are only 5 directors in our boardroom, which is entirely made up of member representatives from Africa and Latin America. Now this is empowerment. It enables our farmers to maintain quality control from seed to cup, to tell their own story, and to form a relationship with the people that value their coffee the most, consumers like you and me. Now this type of model is unheard of in the coffee industry. While coffee generates more than $200 billion of annual sales, very little of that money flows back to the farmer. Specialty coffee, like wine, is often sold as a luxury good. You may pay more than $3 for a cup. And while you pay $3 for that cup, how much do you think the farmer earns? Perhaps 10 cents. And sadly, that's assuming the farmer was paid a fair price. Many growers receive even less, as little as 1% of the retail price of their coffee. The majority of coffee farmers have no access to financial capital or to the consumers of their own coffee. And as a result, they are price takers. They are forced to accept global commodity prices that they have no control over. The balance of power in the coffee industry is extreme. Now, in many cases, there's 60 cents worth of corporate profit in your morning coffee, but perhaps 1 penny of that profit goes to the farmer. This is simply not sustainable. Conventional coffee farmers today face too many barriers. As a result, they suffer from extreme inequity. And the root of inequity, wherever it may be, is the lack of access. Access to education, access to healthcare, access to capital, access to wealth, access to power. Now, it's never been easy to earn a living as a coffee farmer. And today, despite our willingness to pay $5 for that cup of coffee, it's getting even harder for farmers to stay on the farm. Now, they cannot work for free forever. Despite the high retail prices for specialty coffee, the supply chain is simply broken. If you love coffee as I do, you should be concerned. The weakest link of the chain is the farmer, and without the farmer, there will be no coffee. And this is why our cooperative solution is so important. By design, Pachamama was built to benefit specialty coffee farmers by opening up access to end consumers and access to financial capital. Our solution is to sell coffee directly to customers whose business generates profits, which open up access to more capital, which can be invested back into growth and back into coffee farmers. This leads to more profits for farmers and a better cup of coffee for consumers. Cooperatives can create, grow, and govern generational wealth for communities. I believe the secret is to align incentive with ownership and governance by people, for people. The skin in the game, our coffee farmers have more to gain and more to lose, but they are true partners and they act accordingly. The name Pachamama means Mother Earth in Quechua and Aymara. It is fitting that the first coffee ever sold by Pachamama Coffee came straight from Santa Teresa, which lies just beyond Machu Picchu, the Inca ruins high in the Andes Mountains of Peru. It's home to some of the best coffee in the world, and family farmers like Bellarmina and Timoteo Aguilar produce an amazing product. Their beans often sell for more than $20 a pound to people like you and me. Now, by working together, we have been able to build a bridge from those farmers to you, the consumer. By linking the two most important people in the entire coffee chain, folks like Bellarmina and Timoteo can sell their harvest straight to the U.S. market. In doing so, they unlock the profits in their coffee. They can reinvest in their coffee harvest, their families, and their communities. They can build equity and capital wealth that provides a path to financial independence. And this better rewards their hard work. They get to live and work with dignity. Here at our roastery in Northern California, we have the immense privilege of roasting and packaging some of the best coffee in the world. This coffee comes directly from our members when possible and is always certified organic. From here, we ship directly to customers throughout the United States. Pachamama Coffee Cooperative receives an average of more than $14 for every pound of coffee we sell, which results in higher profits for farmers. In addition to receiving above market prices for their raw coffee, our farmers are earning more than $1.40 in profit for every pound of coffee they sell. This is 42 times more profitable than the conventional coffee market. And that is a radical change for coffee farmers. It's because for the first time, they can trade directly with people that drink their coffee. This was the vision that Raul and many others made possible. My friend Raul passed away in 2013. He was a visionary, the one that could make things happen. His last words to me were, "Adelante, compadre." Carry on, partner. And I plan to do just that because this work really matters and it has a direct impact on the lives of hardworking people who deserve to be celebrated and compensated fairly for a product that brings so much value to our lives. In the long journey to bring Pachamama into reality, I have met amazing people like Raul, Merlin, and Carlos, who were farmers themselves and who have committed themselves to working for farmers. I too work for the farmers. However, the most important piece of the puzzle is the customer. As conscious consumers, we have the power. We can demand transparency and we get to decide what vision of the future we want to help build. We get to choose. This global model will work for more than just coffee. Imagine cacao, tea, or rice farmers selling directly to consumers from a website in a warehouse located here in the United States. In fact, it's never been easier to buy directly from producers, to deposit your hard-earned money into the pockets of people and communities. Pachamama serves as only one example of what's possible. Shop at your local farmers market, join a credit union, start a food cooperative, buy directly from farmers. Go build your community's cooperative. I want to thank you. The fact that you are here means that you value this important work and that you too are working to explore, implement, and support innovative models that promote justice, equity, and dignity for all people. On behalf of Pachamama's farmers, thank you. Adelante.